Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday. It's Gina from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and welcome to today's class. Today's class is the Beach Time Scrapbook / Card Workshop. So when you guys get on, tell me what's happening in your world, what you've been creating. I'm going to make sure I'm up here. Melanie is in the house. Hello, Melanie. So how is everyone doing on this Friday afternoon? We've had a little bit of a gloomy day. It's been kind of raining here and kind of just cloudy all day long. But the temperature isn't too bad, so we'll take it, I guess. So one thing we're going to start right off the bat, I'm going to talk about an event I'm having. It's actually next week, Saturday, here in the Hive. Those of you who are demonstrators, you know that we host an event called, or I shouldn't say we, Stampin' Up! Hosts an event called On Stage. And unfortunately, I couldn't make it this year, but and many other demonstrators. So I decided to host an event here, and it's open to everyone, whether you're local or you're from a distance. So this will be offered both in person, and I will also do a live version. I will also be doing some just pop-up live little things throughout the day. No presentations or anything like that. So this event is kind of like a mini escape. It doesn't have all the big demonstrator displays, and we won't be doing in-person, what's the word I'm looking for, demonstrations, but we will be having lots of fun. We've got a Hawaiian theme going on, so I did put as an optional that you could come dressed in your Hawaiian gear. So that should be lots of fun too. Plus we're going to have some luau inspired food and lots of treats and shenanigans and all sorts of things like that. Hello, Miss Mary. And Mary is going to come back. She's going to be here on Thursday evening sometime. So that's so exciting that she'll be back and she'll be helping me. Actually, she'll probably be providing the shenanigans during the event. Hello, Gail. So the event is, what we're doing is we're going to be creating 8 cards. The 8 cards are going to be fun folds and techniques. So each card is going to either feature a fun fold or a type of technique. You will, when you come to the class, need to have a ruler, your cutting board, scoreboard, and a pencil, because I'm going to teach you how to do some of the scoring and cutting for these cards. So how about a sneak peek at the cards? I know some of you were able to catch Christine and I went live. She had her card benefit and showcased a lot of Happy Meal that she had, and then I talked about this event. So like I said, this is going to be 8 cards. There's also going to be product that you will get, and there's also going to be a few surprises in there too for you. So the cost is $100 for the in-person and with shipping to-go boxes. Now there's also porch pickup available for $90. And we're also playing bingo. And I know some of you that won't be in person, you won't be able to join us for bingo, but I will have a little something for you too. Since you won't have a chance to win any prizes. So lots of fun things that are going to happen in the Hive that day, and we're going to have lots of fun. So super, super excited. And let me tell you, these cards are awesome. So I'm going to flip the camera around so you guys can see everything. Hello, Anita. So this is the card that I actually, when I did the video, I happened to screw it up just a little bit, and I wanted to use flip flaps. We have flip flaps that come in 4x6, 3x3, and 3x4. And I measured for a 3x4 instead of a 3x3. So here is a card that uses a flip flap. And in here, this is not quite, I'm kind of sad about this. I didn't think about it till after I did it, but not quite big enough for a gift card, but you could definitely tuck some money in here, or you could add an extra sentiment in here. So we have this card here, and we have this cute little kite. Look at this, and then it pops open like that. And then we're going to do a stained glass technique. So the stained glass is going to be coloring on the back of vellum using our blends and some heat embossing. This one you probably can't tell on screen because it's a light color, but we actually did some spritzing on the card using a spritzer, our ink, and some alcohol. And then, oh, this one is one of my favorites so far. This soccer set, look at this. And then we pull these out like this, and look at that. Isn't that cool? It's super cool. So, and then our back has our sentiment on it. And then this one is like a big surprise on the inside. So it looks kind of boring on the outside, right? But then we're gonna flip it open, flip it around, and flip this up, and look at that. You have an Easter surprise on the inside. Ah, it's super cool. I had so much fun making these. So so that's only some of the cards. We also will have, from the Boardwalk Fun set, we have the Ferris wheel in that set. So we're gonna make that into a spinner card. So I'm waiting for those to come in. And then I also have another fun fold, but I had to order some DSP and to make the fold work right. So anyway, so we have that. So I think that'll be a total of 8 cards I've got here, right? 2, 4, 6, yes, and then the other 2. And like I said, there's gonna be goodies, there's gonna be prizes, food, and even for you, those of you who can't join us in person, there'll be lots of goodies in your box too. So the hive is filling up. We are almost full in the hive. So if anyone wants to reserve their spot in the hive, please reach out to me as soon as possible to get your spot. Otherwise, like I said, to-go kits are available. Reach out if you would like your to-go kit. So we have that, okay? Now, who's ready to do some scrapbooking? So we are using the Beach Time Scrapbook Workshop. With this class, it is a product-based class. So with a product-based class, you have to place a $70 order with me, including, then that's before shipping and tax. You need to include in that order the Beach Time kit, unless you have it already. If you have the Beach Time kit already, that's fine. You don't have to order another one unless you want another one because it's fabulous. But you can order $70 of whatever you want. Once you place that order, I include an additional kit. So in your additional kit, you're going to get card bases. We make 5 cards, so you're going to get everything you need, the envelopes, the cards, die cuts. You're going to get, what are they called? Foam shapes, Beach Boardwalk puffy stickers. So there's 2 sheets in these, so you're going to get 1 full sheet of these puffy stickers. And I also have a whole bunch of die cuts that I add to the kit. So it's an additional kit. So I will send you that kit after you place your orders. So that's kind of my thank you for purchasing the kit, is getting all these additionals with it. Okay, so this is the Beach Boardwalk kit. This is how Stampin' Up! Has them created. And it comes with 2-tone cardstock, white cardstock, and DSP. And always in these kits, they include some DSP that is not in the regular DSP pack. So I believe they're always white on the back of them, the ones that are additional ones. So this is an additional one. And then wait till you see the next one. This is probably my favorite sheet. Well, one of my favorites. So it has this cool striped paper, and it's so nice and colorful. So I love this. So this is the extra stuff in the kit. So I've got all my scrapbook pages here. So we will start with that. And so for the first one, we're gonna pull the waves sheets out. So that's these ones right here. You're gonna need those 2. And then, I believe I didn't even cut this piece yet. Usually I try to have everything pre-cut just to save us some time on our video here, because this ends up being a long video. We're usually here about 2.5 hours or so. So you need your piece of Summer Splash here. Thank you, Linda. And this is 7 1/4.
Linda Rios or Linda Scott?
Linda Rios.
Oh, tell Linda Rios I'm gonna call her.
Linda Rios, Christine will be calling you, so be on the lookout. They're over there working hard on mailing kits. So anyone that ordered kits from me for the last month, your kits are on their way with Christine. I've already shipped those of you who don't have anything shipping with Christine. I've already shipped those. Okay. So I need this piece here. And now you will always have extra pieces left over when I'm all done with this. So they're up to you what you want to do as far as if you want to use them in your kit by adding those additional pieces, or whatever you want to do. Where is, I got all these containers of all this stuff. I've got to find all my things here. Okay. So I believe that's a 2-inch piece of the strawberry slush. We need this guy. And then in every kit also comes 2 sheets of die cuts and a sticker sheet. So here is the sticker sheet that's included, and I've already taken the time to pull apart all of the little die cuts. Okay. I need a bigger table, you guys. There's not enough space when scrapbooking. All right. So you can pick which side you want, if you want the light side or the dark side of your two-tone cardstock. And if you haven't played with your two-tone cardstock, this is always a great way. You get a little bit in your kit, and then you can play with it. So this is going to go in the center. Little cat hair love here.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Yes, everywhere. Hello, Sarah. Okay, so with this piece here, like I said, choose if you want the dark side or the light side. I'm going with the light side, and we are going to make a banner. I should say we are going to banner the ends. That probably sounds a little bit better. Oh, this is 2 1/4. So we're gonna do 1 1/8, and I'm just gonna put a little slit. That way I know kind of the halfway point, and then from there I know I can cut in. I probably cut that a little high, but I got a little excited there. Hello, Shannon, coming in from Southern California. Very cool. I love hearing where you guys are from. It's so amazing sometimes where you look at how technology has changed, and you know how we're able to all be from all over, and we're all able to craft together. So we had that slit down the middle, and then we're just cutting. Hopefully I'm not cutting too much off. And then we're going to put some 2x2 pictures in here. And I just want to make sure that they fit on here right before I make sure I didn't cut too much off. Perfect. You just got the beach boardwalk suite. Oh gosh, you're gonna love it. That was actually for Christine's Escape. That is the set I chose, and I had so much fun with that set. So we're gonna center this on the middle of our strip here. Go a little bit lower like this, and then we have our 5x7. So this is enough room for a 5x7. It's gonna go about there. So when you guys place your order, and I included tutorial that will give you guys all the measurements of all of the cardstock and DSP. So we've got that there. Now we're gonna pull in a bunch of our die cut pieces. So we're gonna need this one, that. You have this cool purple ticket here with the palm tree on it. The sunglasses are a sticker. You're also going to need, you have a little seashell here and a starfish. Do I have a printout of the directions? I don't. If somebody doesn't have access to a printer, I'd be happy to print them out for you. If need be, could definitely work something out there. Okay, and then so you have this additional kit. So I love these little containers. These containers are great. I think you can get them, I think I got these at Joann's, but I think Michael's has them too. Like, you can get a big box that has trays of these, and this is what I keep a lot of my die cuts in. So for this one, we are going to need, got some pretty peacock palm trees from that set. Okay, I think I have everything out now. All right. And we'll glue these on before I lose them, or I lose anything else. Lots of pieces here. And before I put one down, I better put these down again. Make sure my spacing is where I want it. There we go. Sorry, tutorial. Yes, I have a tutorial. And if, like I said, if someone needed a printout of the tutorial, I could work out something to help you. But yes, a tutorial is provided with all the cutting directions and photos. Okay, so there is that. Now I'm going to bring in my blending brushes, and we're going to do some petunia pop and a little bit of yellow. Hello, Denise. So our seashell, we're gonna make petunia. So as always, start here, and then you can add your color. Gosh, that matches our paper pretty good. Now, I want to give my seashell just a little bit of texture, you know. They're not perfectly smooth, so I'm going to just take my brush and just kind of tap it like that. Okay, so there's our shell, and we'll do the same thing with our starfish and daffodil. There we go. All right. Now I need, in your kit, you'll have 2 little pieces of the strawberry slush ribbon. That is gonna go behind our beach day here. And we're just gonna weave it on the 2 ends. So is this giving everyone like spring fever? Is everyone ready for summer? Hello, Jean. Your kit is on the way. I just put it in your box with Christine's here. So it's all set for you. So hopefully it'll arrive by midweek. So there we go. We just weave that back and forth, and I'm going to put another piece of tear tape over the top to kind of sandwich that in. Make sure my ribbon doesn't come apart. And do the same thing on the other end. And this helps us save a lot of ribbon. So versus weaving it all the way across, we're gonna save ourselves a lot of ribbon so we can use ribbon on some other projects. And then angle your end. So for any of my stamping sisters here that are going to on stage, this would be perfect for you guys to have of your trip. Okay, so now we've got this piece here, and I cut it in half. Just to extend it a little bit, maybe not quite that much. So like that. And now this can go on our top here. I'm getting warm, you guys. She keeps it warm in here. We did the video the other night, and her house, she keeps fairly warm. And with the fire, the wood stove that she has, it really heats her house really, really well. And oh my gosh, I felt like it was 90 degrees on. So you know it's warm when Chris has shorts on and a t-shirt, and I came over with a lightweight sweater on, I think, and I was like roasting. Oh no, I might have had my beehive, my team shirt on, but I think I came originally with this light sweater that I have, and oh my goodness, I think it took me a couple hours to kind of cool down even once I got home. Oy, she was baking me out. Okay, so that goes in the center like that. And now we're gonna bring in some fun pieces. We're gonna bring these really cool sunglasses in. Hello, Polly. I wish they would have given us more sunglasses. So I'm gonna put them right up here. And then we're gonna use one of the leaves from here. And actually, I'm going to put my ticket on first. So we're gonna put this purple ticket on. Whoops. And I probably should have made this stick out a little bit longer because in my original photo here, the tag is sticking out the edge. I made it a little bit longer. But you can do whatever you want with yours. So now I'm going to tuck, maybe I'm going to tuck, maybe I'm going to pull apart and then I'm going to tuck. We have our leaf, our ticket, and now we're going to add the small palm tree. I'm actually going to grab a small pop-up. My garbage is gone. They must have used it for shipping today.
Oh yeah, it's over here. Where's the garbage? Right there.
I was hiding.
Oh yeah, it's here. Mom likes
So
to
that's
use it for the labels.
actually going to go right over the palm tree that's on here. There we go. So there's our top here. Of course, let's add a little bit of Stella because everything is better with Stella. Make your sunglasses, make the shades sparkle like the sun is hitting them, right? Okay, and then down here, we're gonna bring in that other leaf from the sticker sheet. And we are also going to use Time for Fun. And I'm gonna pop both of these up. Actually, I'm only popping up the top part of my leaf. So that'll go here like that. Our leaf will go about there. Add in our palm tree. So of the scrapbook workshops, what has been everyone's favorite workshop? And it doesn't have to be one that's necessarily current either. Starfish will go there. Here's our seashell. And then of our little foam sheets here, I'm going to grab one of the tickets and put one of these tickets right in through here, like that. I have a dimensional backing stuck in between all these layers. They like to sneak in everywhere. There we go. So here is our first page. Of course, finish up with some Stella. And you could add more things on here. There are going to be extra like sentiment stickers that you can add that we didn't use in the kit. So we're going to put Let's Play on here. And I'm just going to kind of center that on the bottom like that. But you could put a sticker underneath each one of these if you wanted it, depending on what your pictures are. And if you wanted to put a little theme, you could do like splish, splash, smiles, relax, and you could put one under each picture. So you'll have several of those left over to make your page coordinate with your photos. So this is page 1. Oh no, we got more to add, guys. I forgot one thing. So on your sticker sheet are these little stars. We need to add the stars. This was a last minute addition because I kind of didn't notice them on the sticker sheet. They kind of blend right in with everything. There we go. Now we're done. So now you want to bring in this other piece. In this one, we have a whole collection of different pictures we're going to put on here that are 3x3, 3x4, or no, 3x3 and 3x4. Okay, and then you're going to have 2 of these little wood to make our little post. And then you also have squares in here that are for stamping a flower. Now, if you don't have the flower that I have, you can use any flower you want. You could die cut a flower, whatever it is that you want to do. So not only did I use the Boardwalk Fun, so this is the stamp set that coordinates with it. Has this really cool roller coaster with it. But then also, Stampin' Up! Usually comes out with a coordinating stamp set for each workshop, and Beach Time is the stamp set for that. So I brought in a little bit of this. So this is the flower I'm actually going to be using. Oops, I forgot. I put these on blocks already. Trying to save a little bit of time anyways. So I'm going to stamp one in Strawberry Slush and one in Timid Tiger. I have to say, these are like my favorite color combination. This is like using all the brights, and I love all the bright colors together. So I know it's kind of, I'm hearing probably some sad faces come across. So a little bit of fussy cutting, but it's not too bad. But like I said, you can use any flower stamp that you have at home. Or if you want to die cut a flower, you could die cut a flower. If you have, I think it was called Happy Hibiscus. If you have that set, that would coordinate with this. So it's not too bad. It's a pretty easy flower to fussy cut. Anyone have any big plans this weekend? Doing anything fun? my kids have solo ensemble tomorrow, so we will be spending the day with music, and then we have Bertram game night.
Oh, that tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. She
I
forgot.
did.
Are you not coming?
No. But I planned another game night with John and Tiff, so now I should see if they want to come over by, where is it, by your house or Martha's?
Yeah, it's at my house.
Okay, I'll see. Can I invite my friends?
She forgot all about it. It's on her calendar.
It is. Hi.
Oh, that's funny. So yeah, we get together about once a month with all the kiddos, and we have game night.
Whoa. What is that? Oh.
Is that a new?
I set an alarm so annoying that it would make me question it. To remind me to do something.
Can you guys hear that? Oh, that's hilarious. But now, do you remember what it is that you were supposed to do?
I don't know how to shut it off though. Oh my god, what do I do?
Where's your alarms?
I did.
Okay, is it on your screen
It
page?
is. And
Okay.
it's my alarm to call Rose Coleman so I don't forget. Oh. Okay, sorry about that.
Well, entertainment for all of you, making sure you're all awake on the video here. Oh, because I know I'm boring you with fussy cutting. How many of you do that? Do you set alarms at home so that you don't get distracted and forget to do something? I'll admit I do that at home. When I get crafting, I kind of get in a little bubble, or, you know, when you're doing something, cleaning and whatever, you get in a little bubble. And so I have been known to set alarms, especially, you know, when I know I'm in the groove of something and I'm caught up in something, and, you know, I'd hate to get the phone call of my kids saying, Mom, are you coming to get us? Because that might have happened once or twice. Got a little distracted here. So here are our 2 flowers. You will also need your little box of die cuts here. So there is this here. You're going to take this apart. And there's a yellow ticket with starfish on it. You need that. You need summer. Summer lovin'. Had me a blast. You guys don't want me to sing, I promise I won't. I'll leave that for my kids. And then the word sun is in here, and we're going to punch that out. I'm going to save this piece. Don't throw it away, because this is used on another page. This could also be used as a stencil too. So you could take your blending brush there and sponge this on the background. Okay. You also need these 2 leaves. And I believe the rest are stickers now. We'll find out. Okay, so we're gonna lay all of our mats out. So we've got this one up here. And you want to make sure two things to double check. How did you put your DSP? So here I have more of the greens on the top, and I have the blues down here. So you want to make sure that your pages, because when I design, I've told you guys this, you know, a lot of times, that I usually create based that these 2 pages will be next to each other in the book. So you just want to make sure that your DSP lines up and flows, okay? And then the other thing you want to make sure that you do, you want to make sure that you have this piece over far enough that your word summer fits on here. And we're going to stick some popsicles in there too. Now, if you wanted to change up these sizes on these photo mats, you could absolutely do that. You know, let's say you've got 3 4x6 pictures you want to use. You can change the layout however you want, but you know, you got extra pieces now that I gave you, so you have the opportunity to do that. So there we go. So this part can go down. And I'm doing my top and then my bottom just because that helps me with the spacing of everything. Has anyone created their own designs with this set? So some of your photo mats are going to be cut out of cardstock, and I'll send that to you. And some of them will be cut out of your two-tone paper. And I want these to overlap just a little bit. Okay. There's that. I don't think I need those tickets. All right. So let's pop up summer. Speaking of summer, anyone got any cool vacation plans? And then we have our 2 popsicles here. So I'm going to lay 1 popsicle on here flat and another popsicle. I'm just going to pop up the top. And then we can put our summer down. Now the nice thing about this, if you wanted to make this the way Stampin' Up! Makes it, they have each one of these die cuts labeled so you know which page they belong to. There we go. So now we can start tucking in these leaves. Like I said, I'm going to pop up the tops, glue the bottoms. And you can even, if you're, I like to tuck things. I don't know why I do it that way. That's just the way I do it. And I've been known to tear things off to get it if, you know, if I need it to tuck in just right. Shannon, you're going to London, Scotland, and Ireland in August. Oh my goodness, what an exciting trip to be on. I have never been over to Europe myself, so that is super cool. Those would be places that I would want to go in Europe. Put your flower there. Do the same thing with this leaf. I would say those places are on my bucket list, definitely. And I did go to Spain when I was in high school. I wish I could go back though, and I think I would appreciate it with different eyes, so differently than I did as a teenager. I mean, definitely saw cool stuff, but you just look at things differently as a teenager and don't appreciate some of the amazing stuff. Like the architecture, you don't appreciate that as much as you would now, I think, as an adult. I have more appreciation for history in that now than I ever did when I was in school. Okay, I'm gonna pull this sticker in here with the palm trees. And Kate, you're going... Oh, Kate's here. That's right. She's not going anywhere. She's saying hello from New Jersey. So hi, Kate. How's the snow out there? Has any of it melted yet? I will say, as much as I talk about the weather a lot here because, well, you know, can't always talk about the weather, but we've had a very mild winter compared to what you guys have had on the East Coast. So I'm glad that that winter did not come here for us. So I've got that popped up here, and then this is going to go down here, and we're going to put our word sun over the top. I know some of you, we were doing a live that day, and you guys were getting hit with snow, and some of you had said, like, I think the highest total I heard was 29.5 inches. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. And a lot of you had 18 inches. So I was glad that we didn't get that storm. It suddenly got really quiet in here. They were doing all their shipping stuff, and now it's quiet as a mouse in here. All right. Time to pop this up. Hello, Dawn. Okay, so now here, we are going to, I wanted this to be just a smidge longer than what it is. So this is from the Notes and Totes dies. You could cut just a portion of it off, or you could leave yours shorter and have another one for another page, but I wanted mine just a bit taller. So I'm just gonna cut a little piece off here, and I can save that for something else. Oops, I took the whole dimensional off with that one. And you could use either side. This is the Country Woods DSP. So you can use the dark side if you prefer the dark side, but I like the light side. And then you have these guys. So this is going to go here, and that'll cover up my line for my extension here. But before I do this, this is kind of a tedious thing. You don't have to do this. I just wanted to do this. And I'm actually going to, we'll take this. Take a little bit, I'm just tearing this off from my dimensional sheet. And now I'm gonna fill, I like having all this color in here, so I'm gonna take all the dots and put different colored dots in. Now you don't have to do this at all if you don't want. You could leave the holes there, but I liked filling in the holes. Hello, Joanne. So that'll go like that, and then we can pop this on. So it's a little bit of a tedious thing to do, but I really liked the look of this. And then I'm gonna do the orange one. Like I said, I'm just taking this and I'm just tearing a little bit of it off. Now, this is actually what I do when I am designing these pages. I take all the stickers off of the sticker sheet, for the most part, maybe not a few of them, and I put a little piece of paper on the back so that while I'm designing, I can put things down and see how they fit in the space to see if that's where I want them or not. That way I'm not, you know, stuck with them where they are if I don't want them there, or maybe they don't fit there. And we're gonna put the purple ones You could actually take a piece of colored cardstock too and put a piece of colored cardstock behind, and then you wouldn't have to use the dots. You could use the dots for something else too. Okay, and then we'll use the purple arrow. I have Chris's phone ring in my back of my head here. I can hear Mario Brothers playing. And then I'm going to add the yellow dots. So we're not really wasting anything. Look at that. And the nice thing, oops, I'm off screen. Thank you. You guys gotta do that to me. I get my own little bubble once in a while, and I'm just off creating and forgetting that you guys can't see what I'm doing here. And then those sticker sheets, we're gonna bring them back in. And you'll pick whatever 3 words you want to go on the top of each one of those. So I've got sun-kissed here. That'll go in the middle. And I like to pop things up. I know some people don't feel that they need to do that. They don't like all that popped up. It makes your book a little bit thicker, but I like that it gives dimension. I'm gonna do sand and swim. Of course, you could pick any words you want. And I like having all of the different colors on each one. So like that, isn't that cool? So I believe, oh, and I added a few more. I added splish splash. On the sides of my photo mats. So there we go. This page is done. We'll add our Stella. Yes, Kimberly, thank you. You like your pages with dimension too. Yeah, there's something about it that just gives it a little extra pop. Have you played with this kit yet? Okay. Then I'll do my arrows. You could just do your sentiment if you wanted. There we go. Oh, maybe we're gonna sell up our summer. Everything's better with Stella, you guys. There we go. Okay, ta-da! All right, so that is page number 2. All right, looks like we will need a piece of your white cardstock and DSP for these next 2 layouts. You have the DSP and the bundle. It's such a beautiful bundle. That was when I first saw this in the catalog, definitely was the first thing on my list. So there's your white, and then there's one piece of this DSP here. So we're gonna use this for one page and the white for the other. We have some strips. There are 2 pieces that are die cut that have water. So there's this large one, and then there is a smaller piece. Okay. So we'll do this one first. So you've got your white here. We have 3 different strips of DSP, all the same DSP, but cut into different sizes. So we're going to lay these down. And like I said, all the cutting directions will be in the tutorial. I just love this DSP. It is so pretty. And if you didn't want to use that side of the DSP, you could definitely use this water side too. This would be cool. And I'm leaving about 1/4 of an inch, roughly, between each one of these strips. Okay. Then you're going to cut out of your Timid Tiger 12 by 12. This will go like that. And we also need, so you have this strip down through here. We're going to take and we're going to cut this down to fit along the bottom. And then we're going to save some of it because we're going to use it on another page. I'll stick that back on here. Hopefully I don't lose it. I just cut my nails too, so now, of course I'm not pulling this up very nice. Okay, so that's gonna get set aside. You need the pink ticket, so you got a bunch of these tickets in your kit. We're gonna lay that roughly like that. And then this will go about there. Big technical words I'm using, right? Wow. That came out in quite a big chunk there. So again, choose which side you like. I like the little bit softer side. I think goes with the colors a little bit better. So on this orange piece, you're gonna be able to put 2 3x3 photos and a 4x6 photo. Or you could put 2 4x6 photos. Completely up to you, but that is what I have kind of pegged out for this. And then this, we will line along the bottom. Okay. Everything is hidden. I'm hiding things, you guys. Here we go. Need that small strip of water. That's gonna go here. And then they give us, I wish they would have given us a few more of these really cool palm trees. So this is kind of where I got the idea to use Pretty Peacock for some of the die cut palm trees. I liked how this went. This color went with the rest of the colors. I probably would have picked Granny Apple Green, would have been my choice because it's a bright color, but I really liked the look of this darker palm. Okay, and then in your kit, you also get okay, those are stickers. I need a strawberry slush piece. We're gonna make another flower. And here's more of our peacock palm trees. Fussy cut another flower, and like I said earlier, feel free to use any flower that you have at home. You'll get this square of cardstock, and it'll be up to you what you would like to stamp on it or die cut. If any of you have the Happy Hibiscus set, that would be a great set to work with. You could even use what is it, Brushed with Beauty, that set. Is it Petals of Beauty? I think those are the pearls. All right, so we are going to put one flower down through here, and then on your sticker sheet you have this seashell and the starfish. Now I tend to not like all of this white space around my stickers, so I actually go through and I trim it down a little bit. But you could definitely, if you don't mind the white space, you could leave it on. I just think there's too much white space. I don't mind some, but I feel like the sticker sheets have a little too much white. So we have a trip that we went on a few years ago with the kids. We took them to the beaches of North Carolina, and I think this is going to be my scrapbook pages for that. Anyone have any for sure pages that, or vacations that they'll use this for. I think Miss Mary might use some pool party time. She came to my house last summer and she was enjoying the pool, so I have a feeling she might be using that for her pages. So I'll have that like that. And then I'll cut my shell down just a little bit. I got a little fruit fly or something in here. It's amazing when the temperatures warm up just a little bit, how all the bugs come back out. We've had the flies and the little Japanese beetles, ladybugs, whatever you want to call them, have been all over. A few box elder bugs, but they like it a little bit warmer, I think. And so I kind of tuck all these into each other, still everything up. Actually, I'm going to go a little higher. Or I might have to use this for our event that I'm having next weekend. Oh yeah, and you went to Florida with your daughter. That's right, Mary. Da, da, da. Mary's had so many wonderful excursions. She's been a busy lady. She's been all over. And Kimberly, you're loving our kits. I do too. I've been pretty happy with these. Okay, so we've got our yellow sunshine and our sunshine and smiles. I can't wait to see what they come out with the new catalogs. I'm hoping this one will stay around for a while though. I might need more of this kit. Okay. So this one's gonna go a little more to the right. And these will go up here, like so. And then we're gonna put our sunshine on here, like that. Gel it up. Okay, and then I think that's it for this page. Oh, I added a little sticker down at the bottom, sand and sun. So we've got that, and then, so I'm actually going to probably not be able to use all the stickers for all of the projects because I have used a lot of these already, but there are these cute little circles on here. So I'll add a few of those over here. down there. Ta-da! So we are on page number 3, that was. So we are on number 4. So number 4 brings us this beautiful sheet of paper. Oh man, this is so beautiful. Right? Isn't that so true? Gone are the days of standing in scrapbook stores searching for the right yellow. I know. It is awesome that it's just, it all coordinates. That's probably the best thing. That's probably why I fell in love with Stampin' Up! From the very beginning, was because everything coordinates. I'm one of those people. I like a collection and I would buy all of it, whether it was, I don't know, Doodlebug, or I forget some of the name of the other companies out there, but I did. I would buy the embellishment, the paper, so everything coordinated together. But nothing was worse than getting that collection. You start scrapbooking and all of a sudden, you know, you've had that maybe sitting there for a while and they don't have that collection anymore. So you got to try to find the right stuff that coordinates with it, or the same colors. And this way, the colors always go. And that's what I loved about Stampin' Up! Is that everything coordinates. All the papers, DSP, ribbons, gems. I do have to say, I do miss the days of going to the scrapbook store, getting lost in the store. Getting lost in the aisles of paper and embellishments and stickers. Probably my husband going, oh my, this is getting expensive. And now he doesn't see it till the box shows up, and he just shakes his head sometimes. So next month, we are going to be using, I don't know the name of the kit exactly, but it goes with the, it's on a line. It goes with the sweet, filled with sweetness. So it's got the big jar and strawberries and blueberries. We're going to be using that workshop next month. And did you guys know there is another coordinating set that goes with it that includes some dies? It is pretty cool. It has, the dies have the different layers of your berries and your lemons, your oranges, your strawberries, things like that. But it also has die cuts for recipe cards. I think that is super cool, and I love to can and garden and do all that, and I always make strawberry jam every year, so that'd be really cool to have a recipe card on a scrapbook page with it. And then the kids and I always go and pick strawberries every year, so looking forward to playing with that workshop. So that will be next month. Okay, so we got 2 more flowers. You need these guys. You need your long piece of flower. Remember we took those letters out for the word sun? We need that. And that journal piece that we had, we need that. There should be a green ticket in here. And then I believe the rest are stickers. Oh, yeah, that is true. I do get lost in the catalog online, and it's all from the comfort of your home. So, that's great too. You don't have to worry that the roads are bad or anything like that. That is so true. Okay, water is going to go down. Now I am going to pop up the edge of my water. You know what the silly and yet funny thing about all of this is we're talking someday, maybe to my grandkids or whatever, how we used to shop and go into stores, and to think that generation might never step foot in a store. They might just order everything online. Crazy to think how, you know, when I was growing up, it was so cool to go and hang out at the mall, and you'd meet all your friends there and or your boyfriend there, and you would hang out in the mall for hours, maybe play at the arcade, get some food, go in the stores, go to the music stores. Oh, I remember standing in the music store for probably hours on end too, looking for the right CD or any of that good stuff, and to think that we'll be kind of lost on all of them. So this piece here, we're gonna use it with our mat here and create a little frame. The good old days. What did I see? So New Kids on the Block were a big group when I was growing up. So I was definitely a New Kids on the Block girl. And so that gives you my age, everyone. And oh gosh, today I saw a thing on Facebook that showed their first single got released today. So in case anyone wanted to know that. Okay, so we have this one, and we have this one. We're gonna just kind of tuck this in a little bit right here, and this one will go up a little higher. So this one will be in the water a little bit. Oh, the music stores. I know, albums in my day. You know what? I had albums too. And it's crazy to see my daughter. She's still a little, it reminds me how she wants a record player. And I told her when she wanted one that, oh, you don't want a record player. They're probably not going to come out with a lot of music to put on records. And it's kind of surprising how many, you know, records you can actually find in the stores now. Okay. So our tag will go here-ish. And then I'd have to call collect home and say, come pick me up at the mall really fast and hang up if I didn't have my quarter. All right. So this is a die cut leaf. So I took the stem off a little bit. We'll put that in there. Oh, your dad has your old ones. That is so cool. There are things I wish I would have been able to keep when we moved, and I purged a lot of things because we were moving it in. We didn't move from our house to another house right away. We were putting things in storage, and you know, your storage room only had so much. So I said we couldn't take so much stuff, so I purged a lot of stuff. There are a few things that I wish I would have kept. We need the word beach. This was a die cut. I have a really cool radio flyer. It was a 3-wheel tricycle, and you could flip the handlebars around, and it would be a big wheel. So I kept that of my kids. That was a unique toy or whatever that they had that I'm really glad I kept. Okay, now we'll pop this up. This will go on the top part. So feel free with any of these from your die cuts or your die cut sheets to save those sheets if you want and turn them into stencils. So this will go up in the corner. It'll be nice because you can see some of that DSP poking through the letters. Oh, I got a funny story for you guys. So this weekend we changed our clocks back, right? And I must have got ahead of myself last weekend because last Sunday, so you got your flower, your sticker, and then we'll put a sentiment on here. Last Sunday I woke up and I was feeling like I got a good night's rest, and like I was kind of shocked at that because I thought, you know, you lose that hour of sleep. I was surprised I woke up, you know, kind of all refreshed like that. And I woke up and I'm like, honey, our clocks changed. I feel pretty good. How'd you sleep? And he's like, our clocks didn't change, Gina. And I'm like, yes, they did. And he's like, no. I said, yes, today's daylight savings time where the clocks changed last night. And he's going, nope, nope. And I'm like, yeah, it's the 8th. That's when the clocks change. And I don't know, I started looking at my phone because he's like, no, my clock time didn't change. He keeps his, I don't know why he does this, but he keeps his alarm clock set at an hour ahead of the actual time. And he's like, Gina, my clock didn't change. Otherwise, they both be the same time. And then I realized, I looked at my clock and it said March 1st. And yep, I was a week ahead of myself. I was getting all excited. It turned March. I'm ready for spring, peeps. Okay, so we've got this layered up here. We added that last final arrow here. Added a little label. And there we go. I think my Wink of Stella is running low, so we might have to put a pause on using Wink of Stella. But on my page here, I winked up my trees, my flowers, my sentiment here. So go to town with your Stella pen. All right, now we are on to our last 2 pages. And our last 2 pages, you need white cardstock. Uh-oh. I think I'll use the back of that one. I must have counted this as a sheet. So you can use your back side of this and no one will know because we're going to cover it up. So I used the white 12 by 12 cardstock. I thought there were 4 pieces in here. Obviously I counted the sleeve, but I used them as the white mats on some of the pages, so including these. So just so you know that I might have oops and counted this as a sheet and not even realized it. All right. So we have our DSP cut already. All right, I'm gonna start with this page. So it has this ombre paper here, and the ombre paper has, it goes darker, like almost starting to turn into from purple to pink to red, and the yellow down here. So when I cut this, I had cut some of the top off because I wanted more of the yellow into the pink for this. But if you don't want as much yellow, you can cut it, you know, so you have more of this up here. So completely up to you. But before we put this on, guess what we're gonna bring in? Da 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 da. Guess what I cut for you guys? I cut some rolling waves for you. I love this set. So there's some waves here. We've got some vellum and some white. I don't even know if this set is still on back order or if it's back in stock. I know these just got released and some of the items are unfortunately on back order. So I take this white one here and it lines up perfect with this vellum. So you just adhere them together like that. Okay, and then what you do is where the yellow line is here, that's kind of where I'm going to put the bottom of the white here so that it covers. So some of the white is going to go down further and the vellum's going to go down. So we're going to adhere this down, and if you just adhere where the white is, and now you have two of these and you're going to cut some of this. Oops, I shouldn't do this on my white piece. I put glue on. And I'm getting it all sticky. There we go. And then you're going to cut some of this off. And then you just take your scissors like that and cut off any extra. And there we go. Now you can glue this down on your page. Ah, look at this cool paper. I love this paper. So this will go in the center. Like that. And then we'll stick our water piece of DSP. Tuck that right under. So we have like this beautiful sunset with our water and the rolling waves. All right, so now for this one, we are going to add our Ferris wheel and some green palms. And then we have some leaves here. And then you have two of these tickets. One says holiday and one says vacation. So I'm taking the holiday and we're going to use that behind our words, let's play. You're going to bring in your shell, your starfish, and you should have another shell. Now each one of you, your shell will look a little bit different. In the rolling waves, there's like a whole strip that cuts out seashells, and I just cut a whole thing of those seashells out. So each one of you will get a little bit different one. Oh, we don't need the big one, sorry. We just need the starfish and this guy. So we're gonna bring our yellow in. And just make sure you're gentle when doing the starfish so that you don't actually rip or tear your starfish. So by pouncing it on there, we give it kind of a speckly look to it. Okay, and then you also have a 4x6 and a 4x4 photo. So we'll put these on. Do you guys like to have mats for your photos, or do you prefer to just put your photos down? Now I am going slightly off of my DSP when putting that on. All right, so now we'll glue this on. I was so excited to get this set because every summer we have taken my kids to a place up in Green Bay. It's called Bay Beach, and it's not a huge place to go to, but it's super, super affordable. Like, you get all these rides for like 25 cents. So they have Ferris wheels, like some of the bigger kids rides, like the what is it, the Scat and or the Scrambler. So they have like one big roller coaster, so that's the Zippin' Pippin, and Ferris wheels, these giant swings that you can swing in the air on. things like that for the older kids. And then they have a ton of rides. I shouldn't say a ton, but they have a lot of rides for little kids too, like toddlers. And it's such an affordable place to go to in the summertime. So we've always taken our kids there. So now we have this tag here to go over the center, and you don't see a lot of it, you just see a little bit, but I wanted that to go under my words. And I chose holiday because around here we don't usually call a vacation a holiday. I think that's more of a European thing, right? And then we will cover up most of that white then. Your favorite ride is the Himalayan. So is that a roller coaster or? I forget what the ride is called, but it's like you sit in a little cubby and it swings you, you go up and down in a circle, and then the little buckets that you sit in go kind of round and round. And one time when my cousin and I were really little, we got our hair caught in the back. The back was like a grate kind of design in the back, and our hair got caught in that. It was not cool. Oh, they always played loud rock music. Ah, totally awesome. All right, our palm trees are gonna go up here in the corner. The Scrambler, yes. All those rides so like I said, a lot of the rides, you know, the older kids rides are probably closer to, you know, 50 cents or something, but we used to take the kids for like $10 to $15, and they could spend the entire day there. We'd bring a picnic lunch. It was so much fun. And we still go up there every once in a while when we're up in Green Bay. We'll just stop there, even though the kids are older, but they can ride the rides a few times, and they're pretty happy with that. Okay, so on the top here, we are going to add these stickers here. So we got some balloons. And then on your sticker sheet, actually, we'll finish the bottom and then I'll add, nope, I don't need any on the bottom. Never mind, I'm retracting my statement. We got these little yellow stars here, so. Da, da, da. And we'll put one up here. Hello, Miss Anne. I agree with you. I am not, as I've gotten older, I definitely am not into the roller coasters and stuff. I'm kind of boring, you know. I like the easy rides. I like to ride the train and, you know, rides like that now. But when I was a kid, we used to go to Great America and that, and I enjoyed all of that back then. But now that I'm older, it's more like Mom holds everyone's drinks and sunglasses, and you guys just go and have fun. Funny how you change as you get older, and things don't, they're not what they used to be, and it's so sad, but it's so true. Okay, ribbon. Where's my ribbon? Here is my ribbon. I forgot to add this, so we're just gonna add it now. We'll go back and forth, weave it. Indian Beach. Never heard of Indian Beach. Was your favorite place? Oh, that's, you know what? I have to say, those are some of my best memories, or some of those classic places. So going to Bay Beach with my cousins every year, and we always went to, every weekend we pretty much went to Elkhart Lake to go swimming at their beach and stuff. So we did that every weekend, with just about when the weather was nice. Some of my best times. Oh, if only we could stay kids a little bit longer, right? I would do anything to have my kid body back, and with all the warnings of what will happen when you get older, that's for sure. Yep. I will say my mom did not like rides, so she never went on rides with us, and she never liked to go swimming, really. So she never went in the water with us, but my dad and my aunt always went with us. But yeah, like, you get it as you get older, how things change, and you get why now, why maybe they didn't do some things now that you're growing, and you're like, oh yeah, the body just does not handle it as well as it used to. So we're going to add these little leaves coming out of the corners. Well, it's not really a corner, it's a circle, but you guys know what I mean. But such fun. And poor Bella, she loves roller coasters, absolutely loves them. And her brothers did not. So Glenn went on a lot of roller coasters with that girl, because like I said, I don't really do them, and he used to be able to do them, but he can't do them anymore either. So good thing he was able to do it when he was able to. Now we are smart and we bring a friend along. Okay, so we've added our starfish, and we'll tuck in our little shell here. How do I want this? This one's kind of a different shape. Maybe like that. There we go. I think that's everything on this page. And of course, my Wink Stella is dying on me. I would Wink Stella up all of this, okay? So there's that page, and I think this is our final page, you guys. And then we have our 5 cards. So you have, here we go. So you got 2 pieces of DSP here. And you can leave a little white space if you want between them, because we're going to put, we have this awesome striped sticker here. So you can leave a little bit of white space. Any other fun summer memories? Or favorite vacation that you went on? There's that. Now we're going to bring in our rainbow sticker here. And that's going to go between these. And let's see. got our Ferris wheel here. We have a blackberry and a timid tiger. And like I said before, I really like the peacock and how that went. And now I like how the blackberry coordinates with all of this too. And we also need our photo mats. So our photo mats are gonna go roughly like this. And you have a green long ticket here. That's just gonna get kind of tucked on the side here of your photo. That will go about there. And then this goes like this. And then here you just need to make sure that you leave enough room. We have a few stickers to go there. So before we put those mats down, we're gonna do our stickers. But before we put our sticker down, we need some of our Summer Splash ribbon. We're gonna weave that back and forth just on the edge here. I have to say, it's really nice to use. You know, you tend to use colors that either coordinate with the DSP or whatever, and so when they use a color I haven't gotten to use a lot of Summer Splash. I don't think we have much for DSP that coordinates with it, so it's been really nice being able to use this color because I think it's absolutely beautiful. Along with, I think it's the Easter paper that has Shy Shamrock in it. And I really like Shy Shamrock. And such a perfect color to use this time of year with it being St. Patty's month, right? Okay. So angle your ends. Cut off the extra. And then we're gonna pop this up. And don't put it on upside down. Make sure you put it on there right. I might have been known to do that once in a while. Okay. So now that's in there, and then I'm going to put my Ferris wheel on the bottom. Your favorite times are at the lake with your kids. Yeah, those are good times. Jet skis, boat, fishing. Oh man. And of course you always take your card making paper pumpkins. Paper pumpkins I think are great for when you're traveling because everything's together, all in that nice little neat compact box and fits nice and neat in your suitcase or in the back of the car. You can even tuck it on the side of your seat if you need to. Depends how much stuff you pack. I pack a lot of stuff because I'm one of those, I don't necessarily want to have to run to the store and get stuff if we need it. So I bring everything for just in case. All right, so we're gonna glue this on the side of our photo mat. We took our kids to Disney back in 2016. So I think they were 10, 8, and I think Landon might have been, or was gonna be 6. So, and my dad was getting a little upset with me because he's like, we got so many clothes. And we drove there, and we were gone for just over 2 weeks. So like we were there for like 2.5 weeks. Like, so, you know, when you travel, you don't know what you're going to run into. And, you know, I have a kid who at the time, well, he's still like this. If his shirt got wet or he got ice cream on his shirt or something like that, he wants his shirt changed. That was just his thing. Now, you also have to make sure that you put this down far enough because we have another little label we're going to stick in there. So bring this a little bit lower. Or you bring it up higher because now you've got glue on your paper. So, like I said, but I'm the girl that brings the Benadryl, the Band-Aids, the, you know, extra change of clothes. That's just the way I work when I go on trips. You just never know. And luckily, my husband brought tools and could help a little bit, but we got a flat tire on that road trip. Quite an interesting road trip we had. Okay, so these guys are going to go up on the top. Oh gosh. I love these stories, you guys. It's so fun to hear your stories and your memories, and it's so fun to hear like how your kids would react to things, and so fun. But I like the band friends. So my youngest, he's a completely different kid when he is not. He's my moody one, I would say. I love him, but he, of my 3 children, he is kind of my moody child. And so we had a marching band this fall. I'm trying to figure out where I want to place, how I want to place my tree. I think I'm going to go like this. Sorry, just overlapping my trees is stressing me out. No, just kidding. So, remember we have this palm tree and we have the word vibes. So, I'm going to put vibes on here. So anyways, back to my band story. We were at marching band, and the very first competition that we had was a rainy, cold day. So the kids spent a lot of time on the bus, and we spent a lot of time in our cars, and we went over by the buses to hang out with the kids and see what was happening, how the schedule changed, all that jazz. And so one bus, the mom goes, so we have the quiet bus for the kids that want to sleep, take a nap, read a book. And then we have the party bus. So they're doing karaoke on there, they're dancing, they're doing all sorts of stuff. And I said, well, what bus is my kid on? And they're like, oh, he's on the party bus. And I said, you guys have got to be kidding me. He's on the party bus? He's my party pooper at home. And they're like, yeah. And I had one of the girls go in there and I said, go take some photos for me. Because if he saw me go in there, he'd hide like no tomorrow. But it sounds like he can be quite the party person. I don't know if I should be worried or not. Okay. So now we're done with that palm tree strip. So it's up to you if you want to keep it for another project, or, you know, I just tossed mine. So I know that's like bad, but they don't go back on these sheets very well. So, okay. So now you've got a little like star to put in the middle here. We're going to put another one. And we're going to offset them. So there we go. And then, what else do we have for this sheet? We just have, there's a couple of these little stars left. So this one is going to go over here. And then I have one more yellow one that can go over here. Like that. Super cute, right? So here are, is that all of our pages? Oh, I forgot one thing. I was hiding it. Okay. Almost, you guys. Journal page here. Now you could put it on as is if you want. I actually brought in a 2 3/8 circle punch. You could use a die, any die that you have at home. And I am going to just punch out the center. I didn't want, I guess, another rectangle on my page. I wanted a circle. Change it up a little bit. So you could put a photo in this if you want. You can use the journal just as it is. I just wanted that little piece there, so feel free to do whatever you want. We have a tag, and we have another starfish in here. So what did you play, Kimberly? I was the cheer and food mom, and my husband built a lot of the props. Yes. Did you play instruments yourself, though, or just your kids? That would be me. Mom, the big cheering section, and I don't know what I got myself into last year. First time in marching band. We decided where we live, the competitions, you have to haul all of your props and stuff, and some of them involve some hills, so I got a workout last year. We'll see what happens this year. I don't know if their marching band always has this much equipment, but so we were hauling equipment everywhere. Okay, where did I put my little circle? Here he is. Your daughter was a drum major her junior and senior year. How cool. Oh, senior year we went to state. That is the best. Oh my goodness. And lots of pictures to Scrapbook. Oh, I know I'm getting bittersweet as this is kind of all coming to an end for me. You did choir. Okay. I played the violin for a while, did choir for a bit, but definitely the music comes from my husband's side. My kids, Logan played the saxophone and the cello. Bella's in choir and does the violin, and Landon does the saxophone. So they have been very involved in music, and I have to say marching band was really cool. I wish I had been able to spend more time actually watching the competitions, but because we were hauling all of the equipment and stuff, I spent more time hauling equipment than I did actually getting to watch some of the competitions. But on the backside, you get to watch the kids and interact with them a little bit too. So I'll take that as a win. Oh gosh, and you had 2 semis. Wow. We don't have semis. We have parents with cars and lots of volunteers. So I think they rent a U-Haul And then we have another big truck, 2 people that bring trailers. But yes, it is amazing what is hauled back and forth to marching band competitions. I will have to say I had no clue until he was in marching band. So we've got another foam sticker here. And that is gonna go kind of tucked off to the side. We've got our little starfish, our little journal, our vacation, and our little silver star came off. Okay, Cassie played the alto sax and baritone sax. So my oldest played the baritone, yep. And Landon plays the tenor, so very cool. All right, guys, 6 pages done. Woohoo! Let's pull them. Here, I'll pull them all in after we do our cards. How's that sound? Then I can clear some of this mess away. Definitely looking forward to marching band season again, but it's coming to a bittersweet end for us as our oldest has graduated now, and Bella, she will actually graduate this year. So I don't know what I'll do with myself once I don't have all this stuff, and the boys also play sports. So yeah, we're, like I said, we're coming to a bittersweet kind of end here to that stuff, and a whole nother world. So our cards, we've got 5 awesome cards for you guys. So I'm going to talk about this card just a little bit. So in your pack of DSP, we have this beautiful striped paper. It's awesome. And we're using it on 2 cards. And like I said, the dimensions will be in the tutorials, but you're going to cut 1 long strip of this. I think this is like 1 7/8 or something like that. Yeah, 1 7/8, and this one is a little bit smaller, but that's okay. So you're going to cut 1 long strip, and then I cut off what I didn't want to use. So I didn't want more yellow in this one because I already had the suns over here. So I cut some of the yellow off and then measured from there my, what is this, 3, I don't know, 3.5. So I measured I cut this piece off. So you're gonna waste a little bit if you want specific colors in there. If you don't care what color stripes you have on here, that's okay. Then you can just cut wherever, it's not a big deal. But if you want them to coordinate kind of with the other colors on your cards, you're gonna have to kind of waste them. So I didn't want the yellow on here, so I kind of took a little bit here and measured up to 3.5 or whatever it is there. And then you have this chunk here. And for this card, I didn't want to use the green. I wanted the purple, the Lost Lagoon, and I don't know if this is Pretty Peacock, or it's not quite as dark as Pretty Peacock. But anyways, I didn't want the green, so I cut that off. So that's how I did these 2 cards using the 1 strip. Okay. So here we go. First card is the ones I actually pulled. And that's so funny. Yes, why do they pick the big instruments? Why don't they pick some of the smaller instruments? I remember when Bella was in, I don't know, she had to be like 2nd or 3rd grade, and she goes, I want to play the big one. And we're looking at her like, the tuba? And she, yeah, that's what she originally, like, at that young age, she's like, oh, I want to play the tuba. And I'm like, oh boy, I can't see her carrying that. Good thing she changed her mind and went with the violin. Okay, so for this card, you've got your white inside. We've got some Secret Sea, Pretty in Pink, emboss, another secrecy, and this is from your kit. So we're gonna layer these up. Oh, yes, fruit stripe gum, yeah. Oh, those, like today it feels like nostalgia day a little bit. All these old things that, yeah, all these colors are bringing back some memories of our childhood. It's so great to talk about all of that stuff. When I talk about stuff like that, my kids make weird faces at me. Like, you guys were so weird, Mom. Like, that's just what we did. Now you guys sit on a couch all day with a cell phone. How boring is that? Okay, you'll have 2 pieces of ribbon, one longer than the other. The longer one is to make your bow. The other one is to wrap around the middle. Now, I did not, for those of you who got kits already, I did not make your bows. Sometimes I struggle with making bows. My hands, I have arthritis in my thumbs, so sometimes bow making is not my friend. Some days I could make them. So your kits will not have bows. Anybody who wants kits yet, kits are available to order yet. But I had some of you order already last month. You knew you want this kit. So while I was designing, I pre-cut those kits already. And we'll pop this up. So those of you that pre-ordered, your kits are done. They went with Christine. Some are here on the porch. And some have been delivered. Okay, so this goes in the center. Good thing Christine has her, oh man, those nails are in there good. Her bow maker, I think I want this size. Yesterday I was talking with a client, we were talking about neon colors and how they were the big thing, and I had this kind of a iridescent darker blue, but yet lighter than Secret Sea, but shimmered with a little bit of green, and I think it said surf style or something surf, and it was kind of like popular back in the day, and it was all neon colors. Oh, I loved that little windbreaker. And you can put the bow on either side. Oh, and what I did with my bow, because this is kind of fat ribbon, and then when you tie your bow, it's like you got this big fat piece there. So I just take a glue dot here.
When you're done, you can lock everything up.
Okay, sounds good.
Is Linda Rio still watching?
I have no clue. Linda, are you still here?
I left her a voicemail.
Christine called you and left you a voicemail.
Okay, we'll see you later. See you tomorrow night.
Sounds good.
Do you have embossing paste at your house?
Do I have what?
Paste? The embossing paste, the white paste?
Yeah.
I need to borrow some. If mine's dried out.
Okay.
If that's okay. Please. And thank you. I'll use it at your house tomorrow night, hopefully.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So we've got our bow here. And this card, fairly easy. You could add some diamonds. You could add some of the dots that are on here. Whatever you want. Oh, and bubble yum. Problem is the bubble yum, the flavor never lasted long enough. So, our inside. What did I put in here? Celebrate. Celebrate, celebrate. Ah, amen. And where palm trees sway. They're going to be swaying in here, though, next weekend. I promise you. We're going to have, I've got a Hawaiian music CD. I'm going to bring that in. And we'll be thinking about palm trees swaying in our Hawaiian getup. And so you'll be feeling the vibes next weekend. Hopefully the weather will cooperate, too, and we'll have nice weather. Okay, we're going to celebrate and then bring in our palm tree. I think there's 2 palm trees, 3 palm trees. I don't remember in this set. I'm just using one of them. Oh, you had tornadoes today in Michigan. Oh, 'tis the season, huh? We go from one thing to another. Okay, so I'm going to put 1 tree up higher. And only partially put the tree on. Okay, we're going to try this again. 2 sides to every piece. There we go, much better. And then we'll put this one angled. Wow. My stamping ability is not good tonight. There we go. And this will go on the inside. There you go. Card number 1 is done. What will card number 2 be? Da, 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 da. A bright and cheerful card it will be. Here we go. Here's our white piece. You're going to use a piece of your two-toned Summer Splash for your mat and your DSP. And then we're going to layer those up. You're not too far from the border, okay, of Michigan there. So I've got a little bit more of the orange in here. So depending on how you cut this DSP, it's got that ombre look to it. You can have more orange in there, or you can have more yellow. And you could also, we have a whole piece of beautiful daffodil two-tone paper that we did not use that's in your kit. So you could also use that if you didn't want the Summer Splash. Okay, we're going to angle the ends of our strip. And that's going to get glued towards the bottom. Then I'm going to add a little bit of dimension. We'll see, this one shows through a little bit. So what I like to do is take some of my edge from my mini dimensionals and I'll cut a little strip. Now I already have my Ferris wheel all glued together just so you guys didn't have to watch me glue all the little pieces on. But you'll have a little baggie of pieces. Nice thing is the die cuts out 6 of them at a time, so. And I think you can get 12. I think there's 12 on here. Okay, so I offset my stars, and then I just kind of every other one change the color. So I pretty much have a pattern going on, and it pretty much even out. Some have 3, some have 2. And that is going to go down here. And I forgot, so I made these cards, a lot of these cards already, for my display that I did earlier this year, and I was going to bring those other cards so you could see them. It's the same card, but a little bit different colors, so, but I didn't bring that. So here, this is the ticket die. This is half of it. So I cut the ticket die in half. And we're going to stamp "Enjoy the Ride" and "Timid." So, okay, you guys, you know we have retiring in colors, right? So that means Petunia Pop, Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, oh yeah, Shy Shamrock and Summer Splash are all retiring. So if you love these colors, get things while you can get them and they're still in stock. So I've got the Summer Splash here, and I'm going to weave it back and forth behind my label here. So what is your favorite color that you're sad that it's going to be leaving? I have to say, I really like these greens. I like Peach Pie, but I like Timid Tiger better. Pop this up. Chris would say Petunia Pop. Miss Purplicious there. And then this will just go towards the top of your page like that. Isn't that cool? I love all the bright, bold colors. And then we have these little circle dots from our sticker sheet. We'll just put one of them in the center. Okay. Now our inside, we will stamp "Happy Birthday." And then in that other stamp set, where the flower is from, is a little sunshine. We're going to stamp that in the corner in Daffodil. And then I'm going to take my Wink of Stella, and I'm going to dip it into the corner of the ink pad and color it in. There we go. Card number 2, done. Oh, I love this one. All right, this one, we're gonna use the tickets from the set and the puffy stickers. So you've got a strip of DSP that you use from your kit, and then we have some fresh freesia to go on the edge. Does anyone have a favorite piece of DSP from this kit? I have to say, just from the scrapbook kit, I love the striped paper. That would be my favorite with all the colors on it. But otherwise, I really like these 2 pieces of paper that have kind of that watercolory cloud look to it. Okay, so once you have those on, this goes in the center. Like this. And our blue pool party, I should say, on that ticket is what we're gonna stamp on. Now, this is the word Hey Sunshine. I'm just gonna ink up the word Hey. And I grabbed basic beige and not smoky slate is what I really want. Oh, there's a little cat love in this ink pad. So we're gonna stamp Hey on here 3 times. So like I said, we're just inking up the word Hey. And there's a little comma on here. So this last one, I'm gonna try not to have the comma. We'll see if it works. Oh, I didn't even look at my S. Okay, I might have to use my little eraser for that. And I probably was off screen on that, so I apologize. So, you're gonna take each one of these, they're gonna be popped up. So we'll add our dimensionals on them. Okay. So we've got our soft seafoam. And that one is gonna go down a little lower, tilt it to the left. Oops, took that one right off. Our freesia will go up a little higher, tilt it to the right, and we're gonna do that back and forth. Here's our Hey. Maybe I can cover that spot with my yellow. Look at that, except I need to move all of these down just a smidge. There we go. So then you're going to take your puffy stickers. I don't know if I have enough of the right ones, but I just use these puffy stickers here. And decorate it up. So here would be, there's a set of balloons in here. That's where the balloons would go. I put a little star down here. So I used up the balloons already, but this is what it looks like with all the little stickers on there. So I thought that was a really cool way to kind of use the little stickers, right? So you put that other sticker on there. What did I do on the inside? Happy birthday. We'll do in Smoky Slate. Got something weird. Happy birthday, and then we'll use some fresh freesia. Little stars down in the corner. Here we go. I was almost off the camera again. You guys gotta yell at me when I'm doing that. I don't always look up necessarily. So there we go. This one's almost done. All right. Here we go. We've got our DSP. And that will go up there like that. You could use the other side. You could do this side if you wanted. Put our stripes down. Then we'll add a little bit of the ribbon. And that'll just go across the bottom, or I shouldn't say across the bottom. It'll go across your line here, where your DSPs connect. Okay. We're on the home stretch, gang. Last 2 cards. And feel free to use any of the stickers that are left over as a sentiment. There we go. Bring in our bow maker. I will say it comes in really handy having a bow maker. Okay, we're gonna stamp on our little circle here. Enjoy the ride. Gotta love how these dimensional backs stick to everything. And then we'll stamp our inside with happy birthday. And some more palm trees. I love these palm trees. Let's see if I can stamp better than I did the first card. What am I doing tonight? I'm not quite sure. Let's flip it over. Let's try it again. All right. There we go. We'll re-stamp that happy birthday. There we go. Much better. So we'll put this on the inside. And so your son went off to college and you found yourself busier than ever. Oh, man. Okay, so that'll probably be Bella this next year. Oh, gosh. All the phone calls. And where does your son go to school? She's going to be going to school about 40 minutes from us, so she's not going to be that far enough for a little bit of freedom, but yeah, close enough. Hey, Mom, can you do this or that for me? I can hear it already. Or she's hungry. Can you bring me some groceries? Or what she wants to do. She's got a plan. This girl cracks me up. She's like, Mom, I need all of these certain kind of containers so I can have all these freezer meals. And she's got a plan, I'm telling you. What she'll realize is she will only have so much space. So where is that, Anne? Okay, little bow on the side. And then we're gonna take one of those tickets. Here's our little foam sticker. And look what we're gonna do. We are gonna cut it in half. Just like that. Add a few dimensionals to our middle. It's in Indiana, okay. You know, it's amazing how when they need something or they don't know how to do something, us moms, we are geniuses. But any other time, we're not cool. We don't know nothing. So true. How many times I hear, I know, Mom, I don't need you to tell me. Okay, fine, whatever. But then sometimes the simple things, I'm like, what do you mean you don't know this? Okay. So we cut that in half, our little ticket, put our label on the inside, wink a Stella this up. You could add some of these stars. I intended only to use one page so I could show you everything used in this whole kit with just one of these pages. But somehow along the way, both pages came out, and I did already use some of this on other cards I created. So I had both of them out. So use up what you have on your sheet here. So there is card number 4. And our final card I'm throwing stuff all over the floor. Hello, Margine. Okay, it's our final card. And you're going to use a 2-tone piece of strawberry slush on here. Have your DSPs. I think I could play with these color combos forever. I love all of these colors. Bright, bold, and then a little bit of softness. So Anne, what's he doing with global studies? What do you do with that? And what does he want to do with music? Okay, there we go. So we have that, and then, where's my card? Oh, it's right there. Okay, we're gonna take an arrow. We're gonna do the same thing, and we're gonna cut our arrow in half. And these are gonna go on the ends here. Like that. And then This is on your sticker sheet. That was hard to say. Hello, sunshine. And I need my Timid Tiger ribbon, which is hiding behind my basket. I don't know how it got behind there. Okay, so we'll do like we did the other cards. Just weave it back and forth on the ends. Angle your tails. Then when I do your kits like this, I just kind of give you, I kind of add up how much you need and I give you a little bit extra. And then it's up to you guys what you want to do with it. Whoops. We better add some tear tape on there so our ribbon doesn't come loose. Well, it must be raining all over because it was rained all day here too, in Wisconsin. So must be quite the large system going through. But I'll take the rain over snow. History major too. Oh my goodness. Is this where I say he's an overachiever? Loves global economics for global business. I thought he should be an attorney. His arguing is superb. Isn't that every kid though, honestly? Bella can debate like no tomorrow too. She's pretty good at that. Landon is too, especially when it comes to doing any chores. He can find every reason in the book as to why he doesn't need to do them. Okay, so this is going to go in the center. And then we have some more palm trees. Love these palm trees. And we'll tuck them in. Another with these darker colors like peacock, your black dimensionals would work really well with this too. So one will go right there. And the other one like that. You're cracking me up, Anne. Oh, well, we have talks next weekend. Okay, this can go on your card base. Wow. Your daughter has done well for herself, Kimberly. She'd be one proud mama. Okay, so we have that. And then we'll do happy birthday. I didn't even put it inside in that one, or I lost it. Happy birthday in strawberry. And then our palm trees will do peacock. I love these trees. Can you guys tell we've used them quite a bit? Alrighty, now we can glue this inside. And we have just completed this kit. Woohoo! Okay. I'll move some of this aside. And we'll bring all of our projects in. So, here are the 5 cards we made. Using the kit, and then I'll pull in our scrapbook pages. Like I said, kits are available to order. What you need to do is place a $70 order with me. Include the workshop if you don't have it. Otherwise, order whatever you would like. With your $70. And then I'll include all the additional pieces to complete the rest. So here are our scrapbook pages. Oh, I didn't do this on the other page, but I forgot about this. This is on a journal piece too, and I just tucked this on the side over here. I didn't do that on my other page. Then we have dimensional backs stuck to our layouts. So we have our little beach one there. Check it out. Look at those palm trees. I wish they would have given us more of this paper. But then again, I don't want to cover the palm trees either. There is number 4. And here's number 5. And number 6. So we did a lot of stamping tonight. So 6 pages, 5 cards. If you have any questions, you guys can always email me, send me a message on Facebook, call me. If you have any questions about the kit itself or anything else I can help you with, just let me know. But this is the best place to contact me. My Glitter and Ink page on Facebook. Make sure you guys are following me there. My email or my phone number. Don't forget, I still have openings for next Saturday. We'll be here live in the Hive. For those of you who can't make it, no worries. I have to-go kits with all sorts of goodies in the box for you. Let's see, what else have we talked about here? And are really dry, so you needed the rain, Margine. Yeah, that Janet was saying that too, that the ground was really dry out at the farm. So it sounds like we need the rain, even though I just want sunshine all the time. Let's see. I love that you guys, you know, like we're all from different places and yet we have similar things in common. So this is just great. So anyways, I hope I inspired all of you to get this workshop, get it while you can. I don't know, as we're coming close to the end of catalogs, if this one will carry over or it will be discontinued. This is great layout for any of those vacations that you've taken. So get out there, get scrapbooking. That is my goal, is to inspire all of you to get those pictures off of our phones, including myself, and to put them in these layouts. So like I said, I have my event next weekend, to-go kits, and I still have a few spots in person. I have this kit available. I will be back next week, Wednesday, the 11th. We will be doing techniques, and the technique featured for this month is floating cards. So that'll get your minds going a little bit on what the technique will be. What could possibly be floating cards, but I have floating cards for you, and we'll have morning create later in the month. So anyways, thank you all for joining me on a Friday evening. I know this gets to be a long evening, so I appreciate all of you taking some time out on a Friday evening to join me and stamp with me and scrap with me. In the meantime, have a great weekend, and I will see you all next weekend. Or no, next Wednesday. Haha. Okay, take care, everyone.